Mariana, listen to me. Don't leave like this, stop. Mariana, just listen to me one last time. Mariana, I beg you, stop the car. Try to understand. Mariana! Mariana! It was a cold morning in the small town of Minalo when police were reported about a car accident by the coastside. Authorities immediately made their way to the mountainside route, where they were able to retrieve the vehicle. However, the victim's body could not be found. How did this happen? We had a fight, and she left the house. I followed her and I saw the car lose balance and fall over. I'm sorry, Mr. Ledger. We've been searching for some hours now, but perhaps in these conditions it will be impossible to find her body. The front windshield of the car was broken. She must have fell out when the car hit the water, and the currents were very strong during the storm last night. Her body could have drifted anywhere out to sea. Andrew Ledger is a medical doctor in the small town of Minalo. He runs his own hospital here, and over the years has earned himself a good reputation. But ever since his wife Mariana's demise, things just haven't been the same. Andrew threw himself into his work and dedicated to service at the hospital. And it was for a medical conference that he traveled to Salinos. Salinos was a small coastal village, and a group of doctors, including Andrew, had volunteered for a humanitarian mission, providing medical care to the poor and needy. After the conference, Andrew headed to the marketplace, hoping to find a place to have dinner. Sausage, beans, and rice. As Andrew sat down at the table, he watched the hustle and bustle of the marketplace, when he suddenly heard the bell of a bicycle. Andrew's gaze froze when he spotted a young woman who was trying to ride through the crowd. "Excuse me, please. Space, please." Mariana? Is that her? The young woman got off her bicycle and pulled it towards a fruit stall. "A dozen mangoes, Mr. Fernandez. I'm making mango ceviche today. Don't forget to send some for me." "Do I ever?" "Here you go, sweetheart." Sir, sir. Andrew turned to the waiter who had brought over his food. That girl. Do you know that girl? On the bicycle? Yes, her in the yellow dress. She's Genevieve, Mr. Aguilar's daughter. Mr. Aguilar? Would you know where he lives? Yes, by the shore. He's a fisherman, but these days he doesn't work anymore. Andrew rushed to take out his wallet and paid the bill. Mister, your food. He ran down the road, barely catching a glimpse of the woman ride off. Asking some bypassers with a lot of struggle and a long way to the shore. Andrew found Mr. Aguilar's house. There on the cabin porch, he saw an old man reading the newspaper. Excuse me, sir. The man looked at him strange. Yes? If you wouldn't mind, may I come in? Sure. My name is Andrew Ledger. I'm a doctor from Minalo. I had come here on the job when I noticed the young woman who had just arrived here. Who is she? Is she really your daughter? The man stood up, staring at Andrew. Why do you ask? Andrew quickly took out his wallet and showed the man a picture of him and Mariana. This is my wife, Mariana. About 3 years ago, she had gotten into a car accident. The car fell into the sea. The car fell into the sea and her body was never found. When I saw her, I thought I saw my Mariana again. The look on the man's face suddenly changed as he looked closely at the picture. She's not my daughter. I actually don't have any family. I'm an old fisherman. It was 3 years ago I was out at sea when I found her stranded in the waters and rescued her. When she came to her senses, she couldn't recognize anyone. She spoke differently. She didn't even know her name. Doctors said the shock of the accident must have caused amnesia. She was all alone with no one to look after her, nowhere to go. So I took her in as my daughter. The old man called out, "Genevieve, will you come here, sweetheart?" Within a while, Genevieve rushed out, stopping to see Andrew. Who is this, Papa? Andrew was surprised by her body language, her accent. It was so different. She was his Mariana. Genevieve, look at this picture. This man is saying he knows you. You're his wife. What? No, I don't know him. Mariana, please listen to me. My name is not Mariana. Okay, Genevieve, just hear me out. This is my card. I'm a medical doctor myself. Come with me. I'll take you to places where you used to live in your past life. Familiarizing you with those places will help you recall your past memories. No way I'm going with you. As Genevieve sternly refused to listen to Andrew, Mr. Aguilar called her to sit beside him. Sweetheart, look, go with this man. See if you can remember anything of your past. And if you can return to your life, and if you don't, you can always come back home. Genevieve was very reluctant to go with Andrew, but on the insistence of her father, she agreed. Packing her bags that night, she bid him farewell, not knowing what was ahead of her. Andrew, on the other hand, was relieved finding Genevieve. He would do anything to trigger her memory. That evening, they set out on their road trip back to Minalo. It was some time later that night. Andrew and Genevieve stopped at a motel. "You're looking a little pale. Are you feeling all right?" "Yes. Yes, I'm fine." "All right. If you need anything, just call me. You can sleep in the room, and I'll sleep here." Laying in the bed that night, Genevieve was anxious. She couldn't remember Andrew at all. Was he really her husband? Or was she here in this motel with a stranger? What if he tries something? But the night went by rather quietly. The next morning, Andrew arranged some snacks for their journey and they got back on the road. Reaching the mountain town to their bungalow, Genevieve didn't know how to feel. Nothing felt familiar to her. This is our home. This is our room. The kitchen. One of your favorite places. You loved cooking. And this is the study. You also had a hobby of reading books. And take a look at this. Your years of hard work. Your designs. You used to run a boutique. Genevieve walked around the room, looking at the desk, looking at some pictures of her and Andrew. She looked a little different, but there was no denying it was her. Andrew took out an album and showed it to her. These are pictures from our wedding. Looking at the pictures, Genevieve was amazed. Don't I have any family? Your parents passed away, but you have a sister. I'll take you there tomorrow. That day, Genevieve went around the house, checking all her old things. Her clothes, her jewelry, her books. But nothing triggered the slightest memory. The next afternoon, Andrew drove her out to her sister's place. Reaching there, as soon as they stepped inside, "Auntie Mariana, we missed you so much. Auntie Mariana, you have to see my new toy." Hearing the kids, Luciana and Ronald hurried out to see Andrew and Genevieve. Luciana ran to her with tears in her eyes. "Mariana, my sister, I thought I would never see you again." But Genevieve was quiet. She looked at Andrew awkwardly. "What happened? Is everything okay?" "She's suffering from amnesia. I hope perhaps some time with family, with her old surroundings, will trigger her memory back." That day, the entire family warmly welcomed Genevieve, and they spent a wonderful time together before she and Andrew returned home. "Hello, Papa. Sweetheart, how are you?" "I'm fine, Papa. Are you all right? Have you been eating properly?" "Your old man is doing just fine. How about you? Is he treating you well?" "Yes, Papa. He's a thorough gentleman. Have you recalled anything?" "No, Papa. Everyone knows me here, but I can't remember anything. I don't know what to do." "Give it some time, sweetheart. See how things go." Over the next days, Andrew took Genevieve out and showed her around town, spoke with her, tried to trigger even the most insignificant of memories. For you. Thank you. You don't recognize this flower shop? No. You used to work at this flower shop before our marriage. I made your order for you. The same caldo di Castillo? The same? I've never had that before. We used to come here all the time. You just don't remember it. Why don't you try it out and see? Sitting there at the table, Genevieve looked at the beef stew, and she didn't know if she was going to like it. But strangely, wow, this tastes delicious. I knew you would like it. Where are we going? To your favorite place? Whenever you would be upset, you and I would drive out here. Do you remember? Do you remember that night we spent here under the stars? No. I proposed to you here that night. Andrew tried everything. He cooked Mariana's favorite food. He tried to reenact their happiest memories. But no matter what, Genevieve couldn't remember anything. But deep down inside, she began to fall in love with Andrew. And seeing him so hurt, she was hurt. Why am I feeling this way? Why does seeing him upset make me upset? My sister, my nephews, I don't remember them at all. Why do they feel so close? Andrew, can we talk? Yes, come in. I don't remember anything of my past. Not us, not my family, but the way you're taking care of me now, and the way you say you loved me. I've never felt this way you're making me feel. And I was thinking, why don't we start over again? From that day, Andrew and Genevieve began to live life together. It was a new beginning, and they were happy together. It was one of these days. Andrew and Genevieve were returning home from the marketplace. On Genevieve's insistence, they had taken their bicycles, but the weather turned out to be quite gloomy. I told you let's take the car. That would be no fun, Doctor. Besides, back in Salinos, I used to ride my bicycle everywhere. As Andrew and Genevieve walked down the road in the rain, she suddenly noticed a truck speeding down the road. My ball! My ball! No, no! It was at the last moment Genevieve ran in front of the truck. And picked up the child in her arms. The truck swerved and crashed onto the side of the road as Andrew ran after her. Genevieve, Are you alright? Is the child alright? Yes, he's fine. Mom, Dad, I am never going to take you out again. Thank you so much. Is the kid alright? Yes, he's fine. Thank goodness. Settling the situation, Andrew called for help as the authorities arrived for the towing truck. Andrew finally came to Genevieve looking more than angry. Are you crazy? I almost lost you again. Why do you get so worried, Andrew? I'm super fast. And it's not like this is the first time. What? Wait, I think I remember. Something like this happened that night too. Which night? I remember. It was raining. It was stormy. The roads were very slippery. I was driving really fast. All of a sudden the car took a jolt and it flipped over. And I fell into the sea. Genevieve jumped in joy as she held Andrew. Andrew, I can remember. I can remember my sister. I can remember my sister. I remember you, our home, our life. But all of a sudden, the look on her face darkened as she let go of Andrew and stared at him. What happened? You tried to take my life.
Click on the subscribe button and check out more awesome videos on our channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon because you know it's interesting.